Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? Happy Sunday. Are you guys all having a good Sunday? Well, some of you guys are probably watching this on Monday morning. So if you are, happy Monday. Hope you guys are having a fantastic beginning to your week. And if you're watching this on Sunday, you're probably watching this at like 9:30 or, well, 9:30 my time is usually. I try to post it between like 9:30 and 10. So I hope you guys are having a great, do you see Sunday as the beginning of the, this is a good question. This is actually a really important question. Do you see Sunday as the end of the week or the beginning of the week? I see Sunday as the end of the week. I see that the week goes Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday it starts over again. Why is that an important question to me? I don't know. Do you guys see that? Does the week start on Sunday for you or does it start on Monday for you? Anyway, whatever day you're watching this on, I hope you guys are having a great day today. Happy Sunday, happy Monday. I know a lot of you are catching up on vlogs, so happy Thursday, December, whatever this is, if you guys are catching up on vlogs. Anyway, how are you guys doing today? It is kind of a gloomy day in Indianapolis. It's very overcast. It's very gray. There are leaves all over the streets and in the yards. And it's just real gloomy. Yesterday, remember when I said it was supposed to rain and I didn't think it was supposed to rain or anything yesterday? And then it ended up just like downpouring last night. Like we had massive thunderstorms last night. And one of the things that I learned, it's so interesting because like, with like Boo and Tucker and Pee-Pee, like Boo is terrified of storms. Tucker and Pee-Pee, it didn't really bother him. Pee-Pee would not, like, well, none of them except for, and this is the other thing that was weird about it. Boo liked to go out in, like, the rain, and, like, if it was raining, he would go out in it. I think it was, like, obviously the noises and the feeling of, like, the storm and stuff like that. But Boo Radley had no problem running around in the rain. Tucker and Pee-Pee did not like to go in the rain or in the snow. But Boo Radley liked to, like, he'd, like, hop through the snow like a bunny rabbit. He loved to go out in the snow, and he liked to go in the rain. But he was terrified of it. Like, if we were all in bed together, and it started storming and thundering outside and stuff like that, like, he would literally crawl up my chest. Do you guys remember me talking about that? Well, yesterday, it was like, I mean, you could hear it in the house. It was so loud. And Otis was just, like, laying there like he didn't even notice. Like, he could care less. Like, at one point, it was cute because they were laying in their big bed, and I was reading in the chair, and I looked over, and it's, like, flat, like the lightning flashed and then it like thundered, and like Otis kind of like looked up like at the lightning, and then it thundered or whatever happens first. I can't remember. Is it thunder always happens when it's okay? Anyway, however it goes, I know this statement that I'm making right now is the one that's going to get like 10 comments on it. What comes first, thunder or lightning? I feel like it's thunder and then lightning, right? Is it thunder and then lightning? Anyway, so whatever it was like, he was just like nonplussed about the thunder. He was kind of like, oh. But like Otis like got so jumpy about it. He like came right over to me. I like had to pick him up at one point and like hold him like a baby. He's like, so we've learned that Otis does not like the thunder. So I'm gonna get him one of those little thunder jacket things. My dad swears by those. With Boo Radley, we tried it, and like it didn't really help much with him at all. I know some of you guys have reached out there to me about that. My dad, with all the dogs he's had that were scared of storms, like he swears by those. They're like these vests you put on them, and they're supposed to like help if like dogs are afraid of storms or whatever. Anyway, I'm using the new tripod today, so we're gonna see if it works. We're gonna see if it works or if it falls. I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful, but not convinced. We'll just say that. I'm taking my shoes off while it's still nice outside. I wore these Birkenstocks today. It's interesting, like when I wear these, I always get compliments on them. I've had them for a long time, these like camouflage looking ones. They're cute though, aren't they? Anyway, take my shoes off so I can get comfortable. Yeah, tomorrow I think it's supposed to be a lot cooler, and it's supposed to rain the next 3 days. I think it's probably gonna rain tonight too. So it looks like it's going to. Let's do a little time and temperature check before I get into this vlog. It is currently 3:25 p.m. and the temperature is outside, I think it was supposed to be in the 80s today. I mean, it's warm. I wouldn't say it's super warm today. It's 81. Yeah, I probably could have guessed that. And then severe storm risk. Oh, okay, there's a marginal risk of severe weather today. Does it say we're going to get any rain tonight? Hourly, it doesn't say. Oh, no. 6 a.m. It says there's going to be thunderstorms. And then, oh, it looks like it's going to thunderstorm most of the day tomorrow. 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. it's like rain, and then it goes to like, if you guys look at the weather channel, you can see it. It goes from like just regular rain to like thunderstorms. Let's go look at the... Today, cloudy this evening with showers after midnight, and then Monday tomorrow. So it's going to be 10 degrees cooler tomorrow than it is today. It's going to be 71 tomorrow. I'm ready for it, if you want to know the truth. Thunderstorms in the morning, followed by occasional showers in the afternoon. High 71 degrees. And then Tuesday, 79, cloudy, a stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 79 degrees. Wednesday, 72, light rain with scattered thunderstorms in the afternoon. So it'll be cool too. That'll be when Caroline and I are running around. 74, considerable cloudiness with occasional rain showers. 75. And honestly, I don't think I have anything other than Alex and I were just, so on Sundays at brunch, we always go over our schedules of like what he has to do and what I have to do. Then he always adds like a dinner or two throughout the week because somebody will be like, hey, do you want to have dinner tonight? So right now I was like, you don't have any dinners planned? He's like, well, I'm sure something will come up. He has no dinners planned for this week. But I'm sure something will come up. But he was like, what do you have this week? And I was like, I have literally nothing. I said, I have, I feel like we have something next weekend though, that he told me. Maybe I'm thinking of the dinner from this past weekend that got canceled. Oh, I know what I have next weekend. I have the finale of Big Brother on Sunday and the premiere of Sister Wives. That's when you know your life has reached a new level of excitement, is when that's what you're like, that's like a big day that you're looking forward to. You know, it's like, well, I'm be honest with you, I'm really looking forward to the Big Brother finale because it's like, well, some of the episodes are 2 hours now, so it's like 3 to 4 hours a week of watching Big Brother, and I'm just over it this season. You know, it's interesting because usually, I would say by halfway through the season, I have like my favorites and all that kind of stuff. I really, to be honest with you, and I don't really, I have a feeling I think my favorite's gonna, I don't want to ruin it for anybody that's not caught up or anything, but I'll just say this, Keanu's my favorite. And he wasn't at the beginning, but I feel like he's fought so hard. And the other thing is, if you've watched this season, the reason why people don't like Keanu from the beginning is that, like, and like I said, I don't watch, like, the live feeds and all that kind of stuff, but, Jimmy said something at the beginning about Keanu that wasn't even true, that got people to, which I'm surprised this has really never come up. Maybe it's come up in the live feeds, but it's never come up on the show. But Jimmy said something about Keanu that wasn't even true, that he had, like, was like talking about some alliance. I don't even remember what it was at this point. But then everybody was like, you got to get Keanu out. And he's literally fought him. I mean, he is, for me, like, he shows, like, what it is to be like. And, like, I don't know if he's problematic, and I'm not aware of that. I have no clue. But, like, he has shown, like, what it, like, he's played a Big Brother game. Like, he's won competitions to get himself off the block and stuff like that. So we'll see what happens this week. But anyway, yeah, next Sunday is the finale of Big Brother. Like I said, I am so ready for it. And then, Sister Wives starts on Sunday too, and I'm really, really excited about that. I think tomorrow I'm going to do on my drama channel. I'm not doing it on my booktube channel because I'm covering Sister Wives stuff now. So I'm going to do it on my drama channel, my Peter Monn channel. I'm going to do my reaction to the Sister Wife book. I was talking to Tanya about it, and like, it was interesting some of the things that like I found interesting versus some of the things that she found interesting, which I can't even remember what those are now. But anyway, yeah, that's next week. But this week I just have Caroline on Wednesday. I think there's a Wednesday she can't do. I don't know if it's this Wednesday or next Wednesday. I really don't need anything from the store. I mean, honestly, Wednesdays now are like, I'm so planned out in my head for what I need. Like, as far as like bathroom stuff and all that, a lot of it I order online or if we're at Costco, and then I stock up ahead of like 2 months in advance. Like toilet paper, paper towels, all that kind of stuff, batteries, whatever. And then like groceries, like usually when Alex and I are out, I'll like run somewhere, you know, like Tony and I, when we went to Meijer that night, I got a bunch of stuff. So I didn't really need anything with Caroline the next day. I mean, I do get stuff with Caroline, but like, Wednesdays for me are just honestly like a way to get out of the house and be with Caroline and spend some time with her. Like if she cancels, like every once in a while she'll be like, hey, I can't do Wednesday because I got a meeting or whatever. I'm like, it's like there's not really any places that I need to go. I mean, it's nice to go, we go to the post office first, and so it's nice to check the post office and stuff like that. But as far as like all that kind of stuff, like there's not usually a bunch of things that, I mean, I can go up the street to the grocery store. Alex can take me anytime to get that. So, but anyway, that's Wednesday. And then Thursday I have therapy. But again, that's from home, because I Zoom call it. And then, I think that's it. So, videos. When I get done with this, I'm actually going to make my list for tomorrow of what my videos are that I'm going to film. So if you have any requests, like from my Peterisms channel, if you have any topics you want me to talk about on my Peterisms channel, put it in the comment section below. I can always change my list. Videos this week. Let's change the date on here. So, yeah. Sister Wives book. My movie channel, I don't know which one I'm going to do. Oh, you know what I need to do? Is I need to announce, I should probably do this tomorrow or Tuesday, the Halloween movie club. Because I'm going to do a Halloween movie club over there where we all watch one, Halloween franchise together. I thought I had it picked out, but I may change it. I'm kind of thinking about changing it. There's like 2 other series that I'm looking at that I've seen. Like one series I've never seen any of the movies in. I know, kind of crazy, isn't it? That like there's a horror movie series that I've never seen. And then the other series, I've seen some, but not all of them. That's my movie channel. And then my TV channel, I mean, I've got like 5 videos on here that I could do, but I really this week, I want to get caught up on my like I want to watch 1,000 Pound Roomies, and I get caught up. I might do that tonight. Watch that and then do my reaction to it. I want to get caught up on, well, oh, Tanya was asking me yesterday about, she was like, what do you think about this week's Plathville? I said, girl, I am like so far behind. I'm like only on episode 3. She's like, oh my God. And we were talking about Ethan and how he thinks he's like the deal and all this kind of stuff. And then my Peter Does Stuff video. Someday this week, I'm putting this table up. The table's going up because I want to buy my mom. Oh, that's one thing I do want to do with Caroline on Wednesday. I want to buy mums. I heard that Costco's mums were like gorgeous and all that stuff, so I want to buy some mums this week. I feel like it's kind of early still to get pumpkins. And I told Caroline that when we were at Trader Joe's, because she got some pumpkins and stuff like that. And I was like, girl, they're going to be mushy in 2 weeks. She's like, no, it's going to get cooler. I said, and it's going to rain, and they're going to be mushy. So I feel like it's kind of early to get pumpkins. Do you think it is? I don't know. I've got so much stuff in there to review. But I want to do some fast food reviews this week. And then Peterisms videos. And then BookTube video. Well, I have an Audible haul that I want to do on BookTube. I also, like, in the next couple days, I will probably finish The Pumpkin Spice Cafe by Lori Gilmore. And yesterday I finished the first Alex Cross book for September, so I'm on track for this Alex Cross books. And I started The September House by Carissa Orlando, and it's a long book. It's like 13 hours and it's not long. Like a long book, like The Stand is like 47 hours. The Dan Brown book is like 20 hours. That's a really long book for me. From like anywhere from like 16 to 20 is like, I think it's 22 hours actually. 16 to 20 for me is like, that's like a massive book. The books that I usually listen to, I would say are between like 8 and 10 hours. It's usually about a 300-page book. This one I think is like 13 and a half hours, but the narration is so slow that I can listen to it faster. I listen to most of my books about 2 times 5 speed. Unless the narration is like, the Lisa Jewell books I can't, because the British accent of the narrator is so strong that like I have to rewind it because I'm like, what did she say? Like I missed that and whatever. I actually want to read, like, I love the Lisa Jewell books. Oh my God. When they had the sale, I bought the newest Lisa Jewell book that, like, I think Stacy told me to read it. A bunch of other people told me to read it. What is it called? I just got it. Now, where is it? I know I just bought this. You know what it's not doing? It's not showing. It's not showing the books that I bought. Or is it? Or did I not buy the Lisa Jewell book on... Here it is. Don't Let Him In. Isn't this the newest one? Yeah, it just came out June 24th, 2025. Because the September House, because I've been seeing it everywhere, I thought this was brand new. And somebody on the vlog yesterday was like, oh no, it came out several years ago. And I was like, did it? I didn't know that. So I went and I looked, and it came out in 2023. It's interesting, like, on these psychological, so thank you for letting me know that. But, so, it's weird on these, like, book club books on Facebook. Like, they'll hype up a book. Oh, hyping, I need to talk about that. They'll hype up a book that like has been out for like 5 years. I don't know how they pick a book or whatever. I'll talk about what I think of the September House. It's different than what I thought it would be, so I'll explain it. Because Nikki and I were going to listen to it together, and then she like is wanting to like order some books to read and all that kind of stuff. So she's like, I don't, the walls are bleeding. She's like, I don't think I can do all that. So I was like, okay, but I started it yesterday because I finished the Alex Cross book and then I did that yesterday. First of all, I just want to say, and I know I went on too long in the vlog yesterday, but I got tons of comments about what it means to hype a video. Okay, I don't know that and please, when I say this, I got enough explanations yesterday and I really appreciate it. I don't know that I still understand. I don't think people really get that I'm like not technologically advanced at all. All I know is that and I'm not doing it today, I'm not spending any time on it, but thank you guys for hyping my videos. I will be honest with you, like people were like, oh, I hype all your videos or blah, blah. Okay, I don't know. This is probably the worst thing to say as a YouTuber, okay? I don't know if it's going to do anything for me, and I don't think it probably will. So if you want to save your hypes for somebody else, like save it for somebody that it might make a difference for. I don't know if it'll make a difference to me because I don't really understand it. So I'm not telling you not to hype my videos, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know that it's going to do anything for me. I don't even understand the concept of it, okay? This is the thing about YouTube that's so bizarre, is that like, as a person, like, if you make YouTube videos, you'll know what I'm talking about. As a person that makes videos on YouTube, you'd want them to fix, like, if you had a list of 20 things that you would like them to fix or do better or whatever, it's never that. It's always coming up with something like a hype button, which I understand the concept of it is to try to get people with less subscribers, like, hype them up. I get that. But, like, there's, like, they won't do all these other things. It's like the ad thing, which, you know, is interesting because I was talking about the ads the other day. And like, listen, I had a true crime book club, okay, that I ran with Mel for years. But sometimes things just kind of go over my head. And somebody commented on the video yesterday, was it yesterday or the day before, and I was talking about the ads. I don't put any ads in my videos anymore. I just want to make that clear. Like, there's ads on my videos, obviously. But before, if you wanted to put mid-roll ads in, you had to go in and you had to play some. You still can do that, but then you also have to turn on automated mid-roll ads, which means that YouTube goes in, if this started in May, I think it was like May 10th or 12th, and you had to go back and like, say if you wanted them to put automated mid-roll ads on your past videos, and then all the ads that you put on previous to, I think it was February or something like that, it took all your ads off that you put on there and it replaced them with where they think. So, which, like, how does YouTube, I mean, I've filmed over 1,000 videos on this channel, how does YouTube in 24 hours decide where all the ads need to go, you know what I mean? So anyway, because it says it's like manual review and stuff, but it's not. So it didn't really give YouTubers an option. Like, if you put them in yourself, 9 times out of 10 it comes up that it's not, like, even if I stopped here and I started up again, like, if I put an ad right in there, YouTube would say that it's I can't remember what it says on there. It's it comes up as like a red like triangle. And it says, like, that's not a place to put a break. And if you do that, then it has a red check mark next to it. It might not play an ad on that part. So really what I have found is just let YouTube do their thing. I just turn on automated ads, and so I just put them on there and, like, wherever they place them. But I was saying this in my video yesterday, that one of the things I have found interesting, and this isn't just on this channel, this is like a lot of my channels, like my Peterisms channel, I've noticed it a lot too, is that like where I would have put in so many ads, okay, you know, or so many minutes I would have put an ad. Now, like, I went in one day and it was like, I was like, damn. I mean, I went in and removed some of the ads because, which doesn't help you either. Because if you remove ads, then it comes up and it's like, okay, so, but it was like every minute and a half over here. So somebody commented on the vlog and I don't know if there's any truth to this or not, but they said that the reason why, I mean, is this a conspiracy speculation? Because you know I love conspiracies. But I was like, oh, that kind of does make sense, like, as a conspiracy. But somebody commented and said, the reason they're doing this with ads this year, so, okay, on the creator end, just to make this clear, okay, you can put your own ads in, like, you can turn off automated ad slot, it's called ad slots. You can put your own ads in, but basically, like, indirectly what they've said is, like, you probably won't get, like, they probably won't show up on your video. So you've got to turn on automated ads, and then you can add ads to it. But it still probably won't show the ones you put in there. It'll probably only show the ones that we put in there. Okay, so it kind of is like, well, if you want this to be your job and make any money, you've got to kind of go along with what YouTube does. Okay, so that's the first part of it. But I don't really care because it's, I will say, other than the times that I've seen where it's like, most days it's pretty fair. Like, you know, on a 20-minute video, there'll be like 4 ads or something, or 3 ads or something like that. It's pretty fairly spaced out. So And I'm not talking about, not all ads are 2-minute ads when I say 4-minute video, 4 ads on a 20-minute video. I'm talking about pop-up ads and stuff like that, which I think that they're getting rid of those too. So like in a 20-minute, and okay, this is the other thing. When they put in 4 ads in a 20-minute video, let's say, you might only get one of those ads. I don't know why some people get like every ad and other people like, it's interesting, like, no, I don't have YouTube Premium. Somebody asked that yesterday. But I know, am I the only YouTuber that doesn't? But so I watch all the ads on my videos and stuff. I'm always like, give the person $1 or whatever. Unless it's like a 10-minute ad, then I'm like, no, baby, skip. But we also don't get to control the ads in the videos. I think that's the other misconception. It's like, we don't get to pick, like, I wish, because some of them are higher paid ads than others, you know? But it's not like we get to pick, and it's like, oh, I want to put an ad for a tree on my video, or I want to put an ad for a movie. No, like, YouTube decides what ads go in your videos. I don't even know. And this is the other thing. Everybody gets different ads. So, like, what ads I would get is, I think, more curated per what I watch on YouTube, or what ads I click, or what ads I watch all the way through. So what ad you're getting and what ad I'm getting on a video, we could watch the same video and you would get completely different ads than me. So that's the other thing. But what was I going to say? Oh, somebody commented and said, this is so boring, I know. But somebody commented, it is interesting to me, though, because I didn't understand why they were doing this whole ad thing. Like, it just didn't really make any sense to me, and people were all up in arms about it, and blah, 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 whatever. It literally has changed nothing for me. It's made it easier for me because I don't have to go in and put all the ads. But this is what I was going to say. So if it's like 4 ads in a 20-minute video, like, you might only get one of those ads. It says that when you put it on there. It says not every ad will show up, is what it says, or something like that. But anyway, I'm not using all the technical jargon because I don't even know what it is, and I've been doing it for so long that I just, you know. Anyway, but somebody commented and said they're putting a lot of ads on videos because they're wanting people to buy YouTube Premium. Because if you buy YouTube Premium, then there are no ads on your videos, right? And I was like, oh, that's interesting. Like, I hadn't thought about that. As like, they're like, but I will tell you that I do know quite a few YouTubers that are like, when they do the automated ad slots, they'll have like an hour and 45-minute video and only one ad show. Like, it shows you what ads they put in there, and it'll be like one ad. And I'm like, on an hour and 45-minute video, they're like, yeah, like, one ad, an hour and 45 minutes. So like, how YouTube does that to one video, and then I have an hour and 15-minute video that has 30 ads, like, I don't know. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. And it's not every day. Like, some days I'll look on there and it'll be like, on a vlog, there'll be like 6 ads. And it's an hour and a half long. There's no rhyme or reason to it. I think it goes to where there's like, it notices like intonations in your speech. It's all like, I'm sure, automated. But anyway, how did I get talking about that? Pumpkin spice. I have pumpkin spice today. I actually took a picture of it from Cafe Patachou and put it on my Instagram. I was talking about, the hyping up thing. So listen, I appreciate you guys educating me. So many people did, and I really, really appreciate it. People reached out to me in DMs. A couple people emailed me even about it. I don't know that I understand it better than I did yesterday, and that's because of you guys, so thank you for that. What I will say is this. Unless the hyping's like a big thing, because people are like, oh my god, I've been hyping up all your... Thank you. I don't know that, like, I'm a YouTuber that it's going to make a difference with. Does that make sense? So, like, I don't know, like, I don't even get it, really, honestly. So, like, what it does for me. So, don't feel like you have to hype up my videos. Because I think you only get so many hypes a week or something, people are saying. I don't know, but, like, feel free to go use those hypes on somebody else. It just makes me happy that you watch my videos. I just appreciate that. And it also means a lot to me that you hyped up my videos, but I don't even really know what that means. You know, it's like, you know when a teacher would give you like a green star instead of a gold star, and you'd be like, what the F? Like, what's a green star? Does that mean like you did kind of good, but not, like, that's kind of how I feel about the hyping. Like, thanks. I don't really know. It's apparently supposed to move you up on a leaderboard, and then more people will find you, or they push your videos or something. I don't know. I have no clue. I don't know. I just make videos and upload videos. But anyway, let's get away from this technical BS because this is so boring. Okay, speaking of pumpkin spice cafe, or pumpkin spice, this is not a latte. I kind of wish it was. It's just pumpkin spice coffee. And I was talking to our friend that's a server there. So they changed the coffee at Patachou several years ago. Okay, this pumpkin spice, and I like pumpkin spice. I kind of go back and forth year to year. Somebody said something about, like, I did some pumpkin spice rant video. I didn't even remember doing that. Was I saying I hated pumpkin spice? I love pumpkin spice this year. Last year and this year, I'm, like, so into it. Listen, if their happiest moment throughout the day is to have a pumpkin spice latte and listen to Christmas music, let them enjoy their life, okay? I think we've got bigger fish to fry than if somebody wants a basic pumpkin spice latte, light a candle, and be cozy. You know what I mean? So anyway, he's sitting downstairs watching TV, and I can hear them, the door. We have had to really watch them from running because now we're on day 3 and they're running and playing and stuff like that. They're right there. I can hear them playing right there. I thought they were asleep, so they must have just woken up. But anyway, they're doing really good. I don't have really much of an update today. They're doing really, really good. I separated them again last night. When Walter came up with me, he started crying a lot. Like, he doesn't understand, I don't think, why he's separated from Otis. But that actually went away pretty quickly. Like, I picked him up and I held him, and then, like, he fell asleep, like, real quick. So, and then Otis, when I went down to get him this morning, he was, like, out. Like, he was still asleep. They're doing good. Their incisions are, like, healing pretty well. It's interesting. I really thought, like, we would have to keep them away from trying to lick each other, even with their cones on. They hate the cones. They absolutely hate the cones. The cones, for me, blessed is the day that we can put those foam cones on. I'm calling tomorrow, and I'm gonna call the vet, and I'm gonna be like, can we change it out? Because they scratch and constantly are moving them, like, and then I'm worried that it's not, like, you know, and so, but I'm calling tomorrow. They're doing fine with the cones, but it's just, like, you can tell as, like, the day goes on, they're, like, really irritated with the cones. They just don't, like, Otis does okay with it. But, like, Walter, it really, he hates the cone. It really is annoying to him. And it's so hard, you know, to watch them because they're just little guys and they don't really get it. You know, all of a sudden they're, like, being able to run all over the house and play and stuff like that. They can still play with their toys. Like, Alex is like, how are they doing eating? I said, they eat just fine. Like, I mean, they eat just like they ate any other day. They just have this huge cone, you know, coming off their head. They don't love, like, going out in the yard. Like, that's the one thing is, like with the cones on and stuff like that. I was actually thinking about it today because Otis was real resistant to going out today. And I was like, because, like, I remember one time we got Boo Radley's haircut and it was like, they, like, shaved him down. And he was, like, real embarrassed and went in his house. And I remember I didn't think about him being embarrassed, but I remember I called Tanya. He wouldn't come out of his house. And I remember he was kind of like this when he came home. It was so cute. And I remember I called Tanya and she's like, dogs get embarrassed, like, when they get, like, new hairdos and stuff like that. I said, do they? How, like, she's like, I've seen it. Like, dogs get embarrassed. I almost kind of wonder if, like, although they're so young, but, like, if Otis is kind of, like, embarrassed of, like, the cone or something like that, because he just does not want to go out in the yard. And then I'm like this, and then they're just, like, standing in the yard, and the people are walking by, and they go, oh, they look so cute in their cones. I'm like, thanks. But anyway, they're doing okay. I'm calling the vet tomorrow and be like, can we do the inflatable cones? Because they're just so uncomfortable for them. And I feel so bad. It's like, because you know, like, you know, as a pet, if you're a pet parent, you know, like, the capacity for a pet, to, like, dog, cat, whatever, to only understand, they don't get it. Like, you know, they, like, left, and then they had this, like, major surgery, and then they came, and they're fuzzy all day long in their head, and then they come home, and they're tired, and then they got this cone off the top. They're like, what is this thing? And then they don't get it. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make any sense to them. And I think, like, it makes me sad. It's like, you know, I just look at him. Otis is okay. Like, Otis will lay down on the ground a lot, and he's just, like, the cone is flat, and he can get real comfortable. Walter, last night, so I put Otis in the house last night. He's done great sleeping in the house by himself. He almost kind of, like, seems like he prefers it with the cone thing. Because when he's, like, on the bed, like, they'll, like, lay all over each other and the cones are clacking together and stuff like that. They both seem over it. So when I put him in that, I checked on him because I came upstairs and brought Walter upstairs and then I watched some TV before I went to bed. I was trying to finish War of the Worlds, but I read too long last night. So I didn't finish season 3 of War of the Worlds. I'm almost done with the whole series. Got an episode and a half left. So anyway, Otis is fine. He slept through the night. He was asleep when I got up this morning. But, like, Walter kind of panicked a little bit. But then when he panicked because he was like, I don't know where Otis is, kind of thing. And he was, like, crying upstairs, crying at the top of the stairs, like, wanting to go down and see Otis and all this kind of stuff. I actually, right at the beginning when I put Otis up there, he started crying. And I took him down there so we could see him. And then he, like, walked right back up the stairs. Like, as soon as he saw him, he was like, oh, he's okay. Then he came and he sat in the chair with me. but he couldn't get comfortable. Like, he kept on just going around and around and around and around in a circle, and then he just couldn't get comfortable in that cone. It made me so sad. I felt so bad for him. So tomorrow I'm going to call the vet, and I'm going to be like, their incisions look good. Tomorrow will be, well, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Tomorrow will be day 4. They said day 4, day 5. I don't know if they meant, like, if Friday was the day of surgery was day 1, or if Saturday was... The camera stopped. So I don't know, but I'm going to call tomorrow and find out. But other than the cones, they're doing good. They're doing fine. What was I going to say? Pumpkin Spice Cafe. Okay, so... Well, last night, when I got done with the Alex Cross book... Oh, last night, I was like, what did we do last night? Alex and I watched... I tried to lay down and take a nap last night when they were tired on 2 different occasions. And they just were not... Did I vlog before Alex came back from his mom's house? I think I when I got done vlogging, like, I don't honestly remember. Let me look and see. Do you guys know the song Diamond Eyes? I don't know why, but Alex was listening. It's not by Rufus Du Sol. Let me look. I'll tell you who it's by. But I literally have the song stuck in my head. Diamond Eyes. Diamond Eyes. Hold on. Here it is. Blonde Maze. Do you guys... Oh, no. Here, I was going to play it. Oh, no. I have this song stuck in my head. I don't know. For what reason, I have no idea. And I've had it stuck there for like 3 days. I don't even know what time I vlogged yesterday. Oh, I vlogged really early. Oh, here's pictures from his bridal shower that he went to today. You want to see pictures? Well, you can see them. They're all on his Instagram. He looks so cute. Here I was texting him because I said... It's storming here, and he said it's all dry and clear here. I'm going to head home shortly. And then he... so what time was that? Oh, okay, so he left there at 4:40 yesterday. So, I think at that point I was trying to lay down, and then he came home, and then they kind of got up again. And then I was like, okay, I'm just going to stay up. And then I tried to lay down a little bit later. Well, Alex and I watched our shows, and then I was like, I'm going to lay down now and see if they'll just, like, settle down with me. Otis will sleep, but, like, Walter, he'll sleep for, like, 5 minutes and then he moves. And then we take him upstairs, like, at night, the bed on the floor is where he sleeps. Like, he does really well in there. Although last night, I have to be honest with you, it was kind of a little weirdly emotional triggering for me because I was laying on my side and I was looking at him, and it reminded me of... towards the end with Boo Radley, because we had all like the pallets down, the blankets and stuff like that on the floor. Although the bed I have pulled right next to me because it's like, you know, one of those fuzzy beds, but like under the dressers where we had like all the pallets and stuff, and Boo would just pace and pace and pace and pace until he fell asleep. And I was just like looking down at Walter last night. He was like finally got comfortable and went to sleep, but I don't know, for some reason it kind of reminded me of that last night. It's interesting how that stuff lingers, you know, and it comes up like that out of nowhere. I think that's of all kinds of things in life. The sun just kind of came out a little bit. It's pretty. But anyway, what was I saying? So I tried to take a second nap. Well, the first nap never happened. So I tried to take a second nap after we watched our shows last night. And then that wasn't happening either. And so finally I got up. I had to turn the fan on and everything. And Alex was like, are you not going to nap, babe? And I was like, no, I'm not going to nap. Like, they're too restless. So I went downstairs. So not a lot of sleep, not a lot of naps. I'm tired today, but I'm not, like, exhausted tired. Like, yesterday I felt exhausted tired. I did get some sleep last night, so that was good. Alex and I watched last night Miami, Orange County, and Salt Lake City. So Miami, I guess, only has 1 episode left, and then it's the finale, I think. Or is it Orange County? No, I think Orange County is only halfway through the season. And then Salt Lake City was the premiere this week. Y'all watch Salt Lake City? Oh my God. That show starts with a bang every year. It is going to be so good. It is so messy already. So we watched those. Then that was when I took my nap, but I couldn't take it. So I came downstairs. So that was when I finished the James Patterson book. I can't remember what the first one was called. The People vs. Alex Cross is what I finished. I have notes on it. You know I do. Look, here's all my notes on the Alex Cross book. So I finished that one. The next Alex Cross book that I have to read in the series is called Target. Alex Cross. And then Crisscross. And then why did it pull up? Crisscross is the next one in the series, though. I might have those out of order. Title details. Book 27. Target Alex Cross, title detail. Oh, because these are narrated by, they're 2 different publishers that I did. That's why. Okay, I think Target Alex Cross is the next one that I have to read. Hey, how are you? Good, beautiful day. Tonight, I'm either taking a long nap or I'm taking a long walk. One of the two. Who's texting me? Oh, hey, Nikki. Oh, Nikki, you're so fun. You're so fun. You blow my mind. Hey, Nikki. Hey, Nikki. She just got done with some stuff and she's getting ready to listen to a book for a little while. Okay, so then I finished out the Alex Cross book. I talked to a bunch of people on the phone last night too. Mel and I talked for a long time. Was it last night or the night before? And then we talked for a long time today too. I finished the Alex Cross book and then I started the September House. Okay, the September House, which I thought just came out, but oh, that's how I got talking about the hyping thing. Okay, so the September House, which I'm seeing on everybody's talking about the September House. Nikki said, I don't get on the book talk or the TikTok and stuff like that. That's how Nikki finds a lot of books. But she said a lot of people on TikTok are talking about it. So that's why I thought it would just come out, because all of a sudden it's just starting to show up in these groups and people are talking about it. I guess it came out 2023, I think is when it came out. Anyway, it's about this woman and her husband. They move in this house. It's been like their dream house to get some house, like the Victorian house. But then her husband, like, this is all like at the beginning of it. This is like in the synopsis. I'm only an hour in, so I couldn't ruin it for you and A. But they move into this house, and then it's like every September these ghosts appear out of nowhere. There's like these kids that are pranksters, and there's like this woman that's like a Victorian maid, and then but she can like talk to them. It's kind of reminds. It's like it's that dark humor. Supposedly it's supposed to be real scary. I don't know. I will say, and like the neighbor Edie comes over and she can see the ghost too, and so then the daughter, for some reason I don't want to tell you why, wants to come home, but the daughter's never been to the house, and so she's afraid like if the daughter comes home she's going to see all the ghosts. But the voice of the main character, which I can't even think of what her name is, I really, really like it. I like her voice a lot. It's kind of told in a kind of a humorous tone. So I listened to the first hour of that, and then I was like, it was still real early, and I was like, I'm gonna sit inside now, like, because I was sitting out here listening to it, and they were playing right inside the door, and so it was a beautiful evening last night, except for like when it got done raining. Even the rain was kind of nice last night too. I think when I was finishing the Alex Cross book, I was going like this with my feet, and I could feel it on my toes that it was raining. Oh, that was part of the nap. Number 2 part was that even with the fan on, Walter could hear the thunder outside, and the rain was pouring down. They also, another thing I learned is they do not, and this was like with Tucker. Tucker didn't like to do this either. They do not like to walk on the wet grass. I have no clue what that is. They literally, like, they will pull me into the driveway, and they do not like the wet grass. They don't want to walk on the wet grass at all. So, then I read, I think 2 or 3 chapters in the James Patterson book, Something of the Dead, Questioning the Dead or whatever. I really like that book. It does not, I don't mean this as a diss to James Patterson, but, like, it doesn't read like a James Patterson book. It reads like a thriller. I know James Patterson writes thrillers, but it reads like an independent thriller. And I don't really know what's going on yet, and that's kind of what's intriguing to me about it. I like it. I would recommend it so far, but I don't know, maybe it'll fall flat, so I shouldn't say that. And then I read 2 or 3 chapters in Nuclear Dawn. I'm trying to finish Nuclear Dawn and definitely the Pumpkin Spice Cafe by the end of September. And what other book? Zombie Fall. I read for like an hour and a half, 2 hours last night. Zombie Fallout, and then I had something else that I read too. Anyway, Nikki finished Pumpkin Spice Cafe last night, and she was like, she's like, it was fine, but I don't think I'm going to read any more of them. I was like, was it too cheesy for you? She goes, no, actually, it gets kind of sexually spicy. I was like, oh, it does. I said, it says spicy, cozy romance, but I didn't know. She goes, yeah, it gets real explicit. And she's like, I don't have a problem reading it. She's like, but I just don't enjoy that kind of like erotic romance and stuff. I was like, does it really? Because I'm not at that part at all. I'm like at book clubs and... Now listen, this main gal, Jeannie, she spends half of her day, she got a full-time job running this Pumpkin Spice Cafe that she inherited, okay? Then she got a cat to take care of and all this kind of stuff. And all she sits there and thinks about all day long, okay, is, should I be in love with Logan? But I don't want to break his heart. And if I break his heart, then the whole town will hate me. And then Logan, who's this farmer that lives on his grandparents' farm, who, sadly, his parents passed away when he was young, or his mom did, or whatever. And then the whole town's kind of like taking care of him. And then he proposed to this gal on the tree lighting ceremony. And then she said, no, I don't want you. And then she... Then she went back to Boston, and his heart was broken, and so they're all real protective of Logan. And Logan's got a beard and a flannel shirt, and, you know, that kind of guy. Which is not what my husband looks like, but that I love that. I love that kind of guy. I do. That's the look, baby, right there. And so I'm going to start wearing lots of flannels. I'm going to be that guy. As long as I'm just silent, right? But anyway, no, you could be that guy and still be like, hey, girl. Or can you? I don't know. No. Anyway, I don't know. You be who you want to be. You be too much, always. But you know the kind of guy I'm talking about. That kind of guy. You know what I mean? But anyway, but then he's like on his grandparents' farm, and like they don't do like corn mazes and the hopping houses and stuff like that because they're just not going to do that. They're just going to be about farm stuff. And they have like rescue animals out there. Rescue chickens. I didn't know we did rescue chickens, but a rescue alpaca. They have an alpaca out there. And they have rescue a horse, I think, maybe, or something. But anyway, they do pick your own. Apples and pumpkins. That's how they make their money to get them through winter. In this small town. How many apples and pumpkins are they selling? And then his grandpa's like, well, you should go to town. People miss you in town. He's like, no, I don't want to go to town because he doesn't want to go to the farmer's market because he's going to run into Jeannie. And then in his head all day long, they're like 40, okay? And he's like, oh, but like, I love Jeannie, but do I want to be with Jeannie? And what if Jeannie breaks my heart? Listen, this is why I love this fucking book. Nikki's like, I said, how bad does it get? She goes, I mean, they describe a BJ pretty explicitly. And I was like, oh no, not a BJ. I was like, did you ever read the 50 Shades of Grey books? But anyway, that stuff don't faze me. I can read hardcore sex, drugs, and rock and roll. That stuff don't faze me at all. I mean, do I, like, want to... I don't enjoy it gay or straight, to be honest with you. Like, I don't... That's why I lean more to the cozies. But this is kind of like... I said, what chapter does that start on? Because I prepare myself for it. You know, like, ooh, the funeral vespers and stuff. And she said starts on, like, chapter 15. I'm on chapter 14 right now, I think. So anyway, but, like... I would like to, like, have a life where, like, my main concern was, like, talking to a book club. And the book club reads spicy novels, too. It's like one gay guy and it's like one gay guy, 2 women that are a couple, and then it's like these 3 other women, and they read like spicy romances, like erotica. And then I like to just like have a pumpkin spice latte at my coffee shop, and then hang out and talk to the book club and gossip with them. And my main concern be, should I or shouldn't I fall in love with somebody? Like, not have any issues about money or what bills you gotta pay. None of that. Don't worry about none of that, baby, okay? Just worry about, should I or shouldn't I fall in love with this person today? My grandma used to read those heart-looking romances. Now I totally understand why, okay? I think she started reading them romance books when she was in prison. She probably, like, took her out. She's like, get me out of this cell, you know? But anyway... I like it. I'm ready for the sex. I'm ready for the spice. You know what I mean? You can kind of tell because, like, at one point, like, he's talking to his grandma or his grandpa or something, and he's like, he just sees Jeannie in his head, and he's like, I just want to put her leg up, like, and hike her skirt up around her. I was like, oh my. Woo! He takes his coffee strong and hot, baby, too. No sugar, no lattes for him. So I kind of like it. I mean, I wouldn't want a steady diet of romances, but I do like these books. There's something about the people in the town. Like, you know when, hey, how are you?
Good, Peter. How are you?
Good. How's Gideon doing?
Good.
Aw.
How's your boys doing?
They're good. They have their neuters on Friday. They're not happy about the cones, you know, the cone things. Have a good one. What was I saying about? Okay, like, I think this is what she did, okay? And this is what I think is really, really smart about her writing. And when I say this, you guys will be like, there's a whole genre of that out there, of cozy, sexual, maybe there is. If there is, I'm not aware of that, okay? But I think what she did was really smart, first of all. Now knowing that she changed her name and called herself Lori Gilmore and modeled it after the Gilmore Girls, which, thank you, Kayla, for that. Like, as I'm reading it, I'm kind of thinking about how this become this, like, cultural phenomenon. For those of you that don't know, like, this book blew up on TikTok. I mean, every book talker that reads romances was talking about this book, Pumpkin Spice Cafe. And now there's, like, 6 in the series, okay? The next one's a cinnamon bun, which a lot of you said you didn't like, a bakery or whatever. I'm gonna read them all, baby. I'm getting them all this week. So I'm gonna have Caroline take me right up into the bookstore. I'm gonna buy all of them this week. So, and I like reading a physical copy of it. The chapters are like 8 pages each. It's just, I don't know, I just like sitting with the book and reading it. But I think it was kind of genius what she did, okay? So, you know, when you think of the Gilmore Girls, you think of fall, you think of pumpkin spice lattes, you think of like cute sweaters, what outfit am I gonna wear? You think of like cooler breeze weather, you think of like everybody just like talking and seeing neighbors on the street, hey, how are you doing? Oh, do you have your coffee? And did you get an apple cider donut? Because they talk about apple cider donuts and here and all this kind of stuff, right? And so she took the whole idea, changed her last name to Gilmore, which would get people to think about Gilmore Girls, okay? And then she made these cozy, they're really, I mean, they are cozy mysteries. And there's cozy romances, too, that don't have sex in them, just so you know. Like, that's a whole genre. So she basically took a cozy romance. But in all honesty, like, I read a lot of cozy mysteries. Her development of this city, with the town hall meeting and the people owning the different stores, and like, you really get to know the personalities of these people. I mean, I am invested. I don't really care what happens with this couple if you want to know the truth. I'm more invested in the town and the people in the town. Well, she's built every book around this town because every character comes from this town. It's very similar to what like people have done with like where they, you know, they build whole, like, you know what I'm saying, like whole books around these different like cities and areas and world building and stuff like that. But then what she did was, she took a cozy and she sexualized it, which I don't think people were expecting. Because when you look at the cover of the book, have you guys seen the cover of Pumpkin Spice Cafe? I mean, you wouldn't imagine this book being about no BJs, okay? And I'm not at the BJ part yet. I should just go inside and get it, but because I don't want anybody turned off if I then they're like, Peter, there's a bunch of sex in this book. It says on the cover of it that it is a spicy. Okay, look at this cover. Like, let's be for real. You're not thinking that there's gonna be a bunch of BJs at the Pumpkin Spice Cafe, okay? But I kind of love that about it. Look, right on the, look, there's the cat on the front of there. You find out all about the cat. I don't want to ruin it for people that haven't read it, but the cat's a big part of the book. But anyway, so, who texted me back? I hate putting my reading glasses on. She's that's Lucinda Berry books she listens to. She even said, she goes, I'm listening to The Best of Friends by Lucinda Berry. It's free on unlimited Audible. And she put no sex. She put with a nail emoji. Haha. Because I kept on giving, last night, I was recommending these books to her. I actually recommended to her The Alienist by Caleb Carr, because she was like, I want something really spooky to read. I was like, I loved that book. I think I read the book. I don't know, but I definitely watched the show, all 3 seasons of it. I loved it. But I said, I don't know if there's blowjobs and sex. She was like, shut up. She's like, I can read it. She's like, I just don't, that's not what I enjoy reading. I go, okay. But anyway, I think it was smart what she did, because I think she shocked people. Like, if she just written a book that was like, I love you and you love me, blah, 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 whatever. But she twisted it and she put some sex in there. I think it was genius, you know? And I think that's kind of a little bit of why the 50 Shades of Grey books did so well at that time. Because to read erotica and stuff like that, and that's honestly, like, from people that I know that have read erotica, those E.L. James books, which I think she basically, didn't she steal it, or not steal it, but didn't she take it from, like, Twilight fan fiction that she was writing or something? I've heard that, like, if you consider that erotica, like, I don't know that I've ever read, have I ever read an erotica book in my life? I feel like I maybe did a couple years ago for my booktube channel or something. But I've heard that's pretty tame. Like, I hear the 50 Shades of Grey books are like nothing compared to like erotica that, you know, that people like. But I think it was smart of her what she did. I think she cozied it up. And you know, and like you're sitting at home and you're reading this book about these 2 people in this small town falling in love, and he's like this sexy farmer, you know, and she's moved in a new town and wants to make friends and stay there forever. And then all of a sudden you're reading it and you're like, oh, and my coffee was good and blah, blah, blah. And then, oh, what? I think it was genius. I think it was smart what she did. And I love them. I'll tell you right now, I don't know. Like, I was thinking about it last night because Nikki was like, I don't know that I'm going to read any more of them. I was like, I don't know. A lot of people are saying that they're boring. Maybe it's because I like boring. Oh, this is what I was going to say about the cozy mystery thing. Her development of the town and the character development, if this were a cozy mystery, like, it would be one of my favorite cozy mysteries I've read. Like, I'm in love with the town and the people in the town as much as I am. Like, I'm probably more in love with the town and the people in the town than I am with, like, Jeannie and Logan, who are the main characters. So, like, that's brilliant to do, because then, like, all of her books take place in that town. So for a person like me, I'm like, I want to read the next one in town. You know what I mean? Now I think but she's going to change characters each time. That's the other thing she did, was that she changed the main characters in every book, which I think was smart too. I don't know. At first when I started reading it, I was like, I would have rather read a series about the same characters, or would you? But it's going to be interesting to see what she does if down the road, she like, because I think like, it's different couples each books, right? Like, I don't know, but I'm assuming that. I think it is. I'm wondering if like, she'll circle back around and like, where are Jeannie and, you know, like, are Jeannie and Logan, where are they at today kind of thing, or what happened with them. Don't ruin it for me. I don't know what happened in the book, and I'm really enjoying it. But I like it. If you don't mind sex, read the book. If you like cozies, because I'm telling you right now, I really like this book. It's, like, I haven't had a physical copy book in a while where I'm like, it's just laying around and I like pick it up and read a page, like as I'm in between, like unloading the dishwasher and stuff. Like, it's like that kind of book for me. Tanya, somebody said something about somebody was recommending some books to her, and then they said, somebody was saying that they were talking to them about the Alex Cross books, and then she said she also loves this series. Did this person DM me or comment on my vlog? I don't know. They also love the series something, and they said the person's name, and they said, whatever. You were thinking of Sarah J. Maas, is who you were thinking. Oh my God, Tanya, my neighbor, she loves those Sarah J. Maas books. I don't love fantasy and world building stuff. I mean, world building is like cozy mysteries, like small little towns, but not like fantasy world building. Tanya is obsessed. Oh my God, somebody asked me what the series was that Tanya's reading, and I asked her that night. This is like 3 weeks ago. And I asked her, you know what? She sent it to me. I think she texted it to me. Hold on a second. This is a show that this is a show she recommended to me. The Ex-Wife. She said I have to watch it. It's on BritBox. Okay. What is the book? Maybe she didn't send it to me. Maybe she just told me and I wrote it down. Walter is getting bigger, because I sent her this picture and it's like, Walter is getting bigger. I don't want him to get any bigger. This is when she's at the lake. I said, what'd you do today? She said, boat, float, music. That's like a perfect day for Tanya. Boat, float, music. Where is this? I can't find that. Anyway. I probably looked it up. Anyway, I don't remember what it was. But anyway, I read last night. So I went on and on about the Pumpkin Spice Cafe. I read last night, and then... what else did I do? Oh, and then by that point, it was kind of late. I think when I got done reading... I kind of felt like my night had kind of gotten away from me, in all honesty. And so by the time I got done reading, I think then I gave them their medicine. I tried to wait as long as I possibly could. It was really late when I gave them the trazodone last night. It was like 1:30 or 2. Actually, I called Nikki about something. It was because I called her and she was getting ready. I don't remember what time it was. Anyway, I said, because I didn't have my reading glasses on. I said, can you look at, I'd just given it to them. And I came out here to call her to tell her something. I said, can you look at your phone and tell me what time it is? And she's like, yeah. But anyway, so, because usually it takes about 45 minutes for it to kind of like fully hit them. And so then they like went over their bed and they kind of like lay down and stuff. And then I put Otis in his house after that. Then I started watching War of the Worlds. And then Walter, like, after he did his crying bit, he came and sat next to me and then couldn't really he'd sleep for a little bit. And then, anyway. So finally, I was getting so tired that I was like, I am just going to go upstairs and go to bed a little. Like, I stayed up late, but, you know, earlier for me than usual. So and then it's always getting Walter settled a little bit and all that kind of stuff. So I'm thinking about, I kind of feel like I should switch it out. This is so stupid, I know. Like, I feel like, is Otis wondering, like, why Walter is getting special attention? But in all honesty, I think, like, if I put Walter, like, Otis just goes in there and goes right to sleep. I think if I put Walter in his house, I think because Otis isn't there, he might cry all through the night. Otis does really well in the house all night long. He just goes in there and he, like, goes right to sleep. They both like their house and the door's open. They go in and out of it and stuff like that. Walter does really well in the bedroom. So I'm thinking, and I'm hoping that we won't have to do this for many more days to separate them. they just kind of like, at the end of the night, they start like, well, the things bump each other, and then like one of them will be like, you know, like they get kind of like irritated with each other. So, but yeah, they're doing really good. And then I went to bed, and then Alex today had a bridal shower from, he left her at 10:15. It was from like 11 to 2, and then he came and picked me up, and we went to brunch. And I had, well, the pumpkin spice coffee, and then I had a cup of the tomato artichoke soup, and I have the grilled cheese on a waffle. It's so good. And Alex had a bowl of tomato artichoke soup, and then he had the Cuban, but he had like 2 bites of the Cuban and then brought it home. So, and then he's inside with the dogs. He's watching some TV show, because I said, are you gonna start a show? He's like, I want to start a show today, but I don't know what I want to watch. When I finish, well, you know what? I probably won't have started TV until I watch this tonight. For anybody, you know what? Mel just finished it. I could actually ask Mel. She and her husband just finished it. Some show just came, Tulsa Kings or something. She is so excited about this show coming out today. But I want to watch Wednesday, but I'm kind of thinking about maybe saving it till October anyway. I was telling Mel about, she didn't know that the woman that plays the grandmom or whatever on Wednesday played Patsy in Absolutely Fabulous. I was like, did you know what? She was like, that's kind of like before my time. I was like, Absolutely Fabulous is so good. You need to go back and watch it. But yeah, it's supposed to be cooler tonight. I guess we're going to get some rain. So I'm going to try to walk before, well, I'll get this up. It's still earlier. I'm not getting off right this second. But it's still, when the battery dies, I'm going to get off. I'm not going to, last night's was an hour and 40 minutes. I'll let people catch up. But I know a lot of people are trying to catch up on vlogs and stuff like that. And so I will try to make tonight's, last night was an hour and 40 minutes. I think the night before was like an hour and 30 minutes or something. So used to be that every day. Do you guys remember? But when I get done with this, I'm going to try to go walk early. And then I was going to wait and walk till it cooled down a little bit. But I think I'm going to walk early and then come back and take a shower and then maybe like lay down with them and stuff like that. But I don't know what show. So I've got an episode and a half of War of the Worlds. So hopefully I'll finish that tonight. Oh, Big Brother is on tonight. I'm so over that show. And I do want to watch, so I've got to get caught up on Welcome to Plathville. So each episode of that I take notes on. And then I've got to watch, I need to go in and watch 1,000 Pound Roomies and just finish the season. I've got to go do that because I haven't finished the season yet. And I keep on saying that I'm going to do that and I haven't done it. Hold on a second. Where is my list of shows to catch up on? I've got 2 episodes of 1,000 Pound Roomies. I have 3 episodes now of Love After Lockup. I have 6 episodes of Plath, and then I was going to go back and watch Sister Wives. Well, oh, you know what? Because the new season starts this week, I may go back and watch season 1, episode 1 this week, too. Maybe I'll do that this week. Or maybe I'll do that tonight. And then I can go in tomorrow. That might make sense, because I'm going to do my Sister Wife reaction. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to do my Sister Wife reaction to the book on my drama channel, and then on my TV channel I'll do my reaction to season 1, episode 1. Then I can kind of talk about each of them on each thing. That's a good idea. That'd be always thinking. I will tell you, last night I asked on the vlog for you guys to give me like suggestions on what different topics you like to hear over here and stuff like that, and I really appreciate a lot of you did. Let me go in here and read some comments. Sandy said, don't feel bad about your Audible account. I haven't met over 400 books and I don't care what you talk about. I just like listening to your vlogs. I bought the Pumpkin Spice Cafe last year and never read it. Oh, okay, well, it's spicy. It says it's spicy on there. Good, Sandy. I don't feel too bad about having all the Audible books then. Suzanne said, oh my God, the cone doggy sleeping situation. They are too sweet. They are very, very sweet. I just feel bad for them because I can tell they're so uncomfortable in those cones, you know? Okay, I'm not going to address any of the comments about hyping because there were so many. I just want to say, again, thank you for explaining it to me. Thank you for hyping my video if you did. I appreciate it. And like I said, don't feel like you need to do it because I don't even know what it means. But I appreciate it. And somebody said I hype like all your videos on all your channels. Okay, that means a lot to me. Thank you. I just appreciate you guys watching my videos. Naveed said, my mom called our dogs the pups, which is not something we usually say, and we both busted up laughing. I was like, okay, Peter, much. The battery stopped. Am I really at an hour already? And the battery's not at the halfway mark yet. This must be my really, really good battery. Okay, anyway. Naveed also said, speaking of authors, pen names makes me want to watch Can You Ever Forgive Me? Melissa McCarthy's best drama performance, in my opinion. I thought it was fantastic. I loved that movie. I thought it was bizarre, but I loved that movie. It's based on a true story, isn't it? Oh, when I was talking about the, like, feeling like I'm playing house, somebody said, Peter, I get it. You put words to what is in my head. Oh, thank you. Or God, thank you for being you. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, Maeve said, I completely relate to that feeling of like playing house or play acting. Like I just do what I'm supposed to do because everybody does it. But I'm like just on autopilot. And you know, interestingly enough, I wouldn't say that I feel like that every day. But I would say that I feel like that. Like right now, I don't feel like that right now. Like drinking coffee, talking about books. Like right now I feel like I'm like where I'm. Does that make sense? It's only in specific situations that I feel like that. Where like I'm in my head and it's like I'm thinking to myself, it's usually in conversations that have to do with like very, when I say serious stuff, I'm talking about like, I don't even, like business kind of stuff or like home ownership and things like that. And I'm like, how do people know this stuff? Like everything I've ever like, I know like to do with mortgages or, you know, any of that kind of stuff is because I just like, I knew I had to do it. And so I had to learn to do it. But like, I don't know that I would ever, like, I don't know. Like, do you know what I mean? But I still don't feel like I get it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know when people are talking about like interest rates and things like that. I'm like, oh yeah, like, I don't know. I don't get it. Like, I just like, what is going on? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I just don't get it a lot. I think it's like, I think a lot of it too is, I was actually talking to Tanya about this, and because Tanya's like one of those people, like, I mean, runs her own business. I mean, she's like, well, you run your own business. I go, I make YouTube videos. It's like, not like I run my own business. And, but, you know, like, she's one of those people that, like, all those conversations with, and it's like, I feel like, oh my God, like, I don't get it, you know what I mean? And she said to me, she goes, I think part of it, Peter, she goes, is that a lot of people in the world are very, like, logical thinking, whereas you're more of an emotional thinker. And she goes, I think you respond to things in an emotional manner. And she goes, and I think, like, 50% of the world responds to things in an emotional manner. The battery just went to the halfway mark. 50% of the world responds to things in a very, like, mathematical, orderly kind of thing. Like, Caroline's very much like that, too. Like, Caroline is very much the older sibling of two cousins, like, because we were, like, brother and sister. Like, when she says stuff to me, she'll just, like, well, you need to call so-and-so to have this, and I'm like, I don't even know, like, how you would know somebody that has that as a job to call them to have that come fit. Do you know what I mean? Like, all that kind of stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't even know, like, and she just laughs, and she's like, well, first of all, I'm a real estate agent, and she's like, and second of all, she's like, this is just stuff that you learn through the years. She's like, Mike doesn't know how to do this stuff. She goes, I know how to do it, but Mike doesn't know how to do it. That makes me kind of feel, like, less stupid, but thank you, Maeve, I appreciate it. But then there are other places, you know, it's interesting. And then I go other places where people will say to me, like, oh my God, like, you know so much about this topic. I mean, or so much about, like, you talk, oh my God, books and movies critiques, and it's like people get real interested in that. And then it's like, I mean, I've had people say to me before, like, oh, I never thought of this movie that way or this whatever. And then it's like, I don't know, it's all perception, right? Like, what our interests are, what we know about or whatever. So I think part of it for me is that through the years, I've had to lean on the people that definitely know more about the things I don't know, and vice versa. And I think that's how we make the world work a little bit. We just lean on our support system, you know? I don't know. But sometimes I do very much feel like I'm playing house. I really do. Not like here. Like, I don't feel like here. Like, I get up and I'm playing house. Not with filming videos, I don't, which you would think that. Like, the things I do every day, I think it's only when I'm, like, out at dinners and around other people that I feel, I mean, it's obviously an insecurity of mine, right? And I think it comes a lot with always feeling like I was playing catch up, you know? I remember, like, my mom used to say to me, so my mom started me in kindergarten, and I was, like, at that time, I don't know what the cutoff date is. I've talked about this actually on here before because people like they're like, oh, the cutoff date was this, cutoff date. I don't know what the cutoff date was, August something for your birthday. But like I didn't turn 18 until June 29th after I graduated. So I was 17 when I graduated from high school. So I was always one of the youngest kids in my class. I can remember later in high school, my mom said she would have waited a year. She would say, as an educator, I should have waited. Like, you were too young to start. She's like, you always did fine. She's like, but socialization-wise, she's like, I think it would have been better if I would have kept you back a year. I don't know that I think it would have made much of a difference. But I have talked to my therapist a little bit about it. Like, not at length. But that's kind of where this feeling of always playing catch-up started. Because I do remember thinking, like, all my friends turned 16 before me. You know, like, that everybody, like, turned 18 before... we all graduated from high school, like our senior year. They were all like 18 and I didn't graduate until after, you know, my senior year. I remember that. Then I got sober and it was like when I started going to meetings, most of the people I was going to meetings with were like 40, 50, which, you know, they would say to me, you know, like, oh my God, you're so young to get sober. There weren't a lot of young people that got sober when I did. And they would say, oh my God, you're so young to get sober. A lot of people would say, I've spilled more alcohol than you've drank in your life and stuff like that. That was their way of being nice. No, truly, it was. They're some of my dearest friends today. But, and so I think I felt like, I don't know. And then, like I was talking about this the other day, like when I got my master's degree, like there were people that were like either straight from the BSW program that were like 21, or there were people that were a lot older and already had careers. And they were coming, this was their second career. There were very few of us that were like my age, like mid to late 20s. I always, and then, you know, like, after I got sober, it's like friends of mine that I knew that weren't sober, just people that I knew, family, friends and stuff, had $500,000 to $1 million homes, drove nice cars, had lake houses, were having kids. I mean, now we talk about, like, gay couples having kids and adopting kids, but in my generation, when I grew up, that was just, like, you didn't really talk about that. I mean, I knew some lesbian couples that had kids, but that wasn't really something that we talked about, you know? And so, when all of my friends that were girls started getting married, and a lot of my friends from high school never had kids, but like people that I worked with, when they started like getting married and having kids, like our relationship completely changed because their focus was completely different. It wasn't like there was no interest there, but like if before we were going out to Denny's to grab a bite to eat after we got off work, and instead they were going home because they wanted to see their husband and nurse. Does that make sense? Like, it was a completely different relationship. And so it changed. And I think even then, I was like, well, they're buying a house, and they have a kid and a husband, and they're talking about IRAs and 401s, and you know what I'm talking about? I mean, like, I was like, what? Like, no, like, I'm like, and so I was just going home to my apartment, you know what I mean? Like, and it wasn't that I didn't know about IRAs or 401k plans and stuff like that. It just was that, like, that wasn't, like, those were the conversations they started having. And so I think at that point, I always felt like I was playing catch up or whatever. And I've also, like, most of my friends in my life have been women, obviously. I've talked a lot about that. And most of them, to some degree, and I don't mind this at all. Like, I kind of love it. And not all of my female friends are older. I mean, like, even Nikki is, like, younger than me. Nikki and Mel. And they even kind of do this to some degree. Where it's, like, like, I'm kind of a younger brother type to them when I talk to them on the phone. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like I've kind of, like, always played, like, catch up in my life. And I think that plays into a lot of it. Of me feeling like I'm playing house. Not here, at home. I feel very comfortable at home. Like, you know, queen of the castle, baby. Anyway, but I'm glad that a couple of you guys, when I talked about that the other day, were like, oh my God, I feel the exact same way. Stacy said, I haven't finished Friday's vlog. Well, she said clog. Should I start clogging on here? My 9th channel, Peter Clogs. People would live for that. If I started clogging tomorrow, I started taking clogging channels, or clogging classes, and I called my channel Peter Clogs, people would live for that. Can you even imagine? I'm going to start a 9th channel and call it Peter Clogs. Congratulations on reaching your goal. Thank you, Stacy. I'm so proud of you. Hope you feel proud of yourself, too. I do. Thank you so much. And as far as finishing Friday's clog, girl, you better catch up. Okay, that's all I got to say to you. Anyway. Everybody's talking about the hyping thing. Aww. Alex said, I enjoy everything you talk about. Oh my God, so many people. Tamara talked about, I cannot be with my without my mouse either. I felt so seen, she said. I feel so seen with you putting this comment on there. Tara said, everyone wishing you were live so you could answer your questions, especially about how to hype. Should I do a live vlog? I used to say I would do that. I haven't done, maybe I should. Okay, Alex told me yesterday. So the bridal shower that he went to today, her bachelorette party is in October. It's a weekend. It's a whole weekend. But it's literally like 20 minutes from, they'll have a great time. They rented a house on the water. It's like 20 minutes from here. And the first night they're just going out to dinner and then they're coming back to the house. It's like 6 of them or something like that. 10, 6 of them or whatever. And then the moms, his mom, not Alex's mom, the fiance's mom and the bride and groom's moms are coming over the next morning to cook them all breakfast. Isn't that cute? And then that night they're doing like a dinner and I don't know what else, like partying at the house or whatever, and then they're coming home the next day. So that will be Peter and Otis and Walter Bachelor Weekend. Oh, I haven't sang that song in so long. So maybe I should do a live that weekend. Should I do a live that weekend? Let me know. Okay, if I'm gonna do I might do a live that weekend on my drama channel and maybe a live on my vlog channel as well. If I was gonna do a live on my vlog channel, what would be a good time to do it? Put that up in the comment section below. Okay. Southern Goddess, love that name, said, I love your vlogs. I personally don't care what you talk about. It all makes me happy, and seeing the baby boys, hugs. Oh, thank you. Okay. Stacy said, I really like the plot twist in House Across the Lake. I love the slow revelation of the main character's story. Okay, I will read it, Stacy. Every book that Stacy recommends, I end up loving. I'm not, like I said, a Riley Sager fan, but I will try it for Stacy. You convinced me to read a Riley Sager book when Tanya couldn't even. Everybody's talking about the hyping thing. Alexis said, I love when you do a hodgepodge of topics. It makes it feel like an actual conversation with a friend. Aw, it's nice to hear your take on a bunch of different things. It's opened my perspective on different things. I appreciate that. A lot of you guys said on here, somebody said something about, I was talking about food and whatever. A lot of people are saying that they really like when I talk about like childhood stories and stories about my mom and my dad. Unless it comes up in conversations. I'm trying to like skim through these to see. Like Lori said, I like your childhood and family stories, but I realize I'm probably not the average person in that respect. I actually got a few comments of people that said that. I always have a tendency to appreciate when people talk about early memories, their lives. I actually love telling those stories, so thank you for saying that. Part of the reason why I don't, unless they come up just in passing, is because I feel like, I mean, you know, January will be the beginning of me vlogging for 10 years over here. And I feel like at this point, like, I feel like I've told like every story. I mean, I know I haven't. What's crazy is every once in a while, I'll be just be like, you know, brushing my teeth in the bathroom. I'll be like thinking of something that happened to me when I was a kid. But like even that, like look at right there, I'm thinking this memory of like my mom and I, like we would always like sing the theme of Laverne and Shirley when we would brush our teeth because they would, you know, we're gonna do it. I've shared that on here before. I feel like at this point, over 9 years and starting the 10th year of vlogging, I feel like I've shared so many memories. But then what's weird is, throughout the day, something, I mean, I should start keeping a list of it. Something will come up, and I'll be like, I don't think I've ever talked about that in my vlog before. And sometimes they're really sad, traumatic, you know, memories. Sometimes they're really happy, funny. A lot of them are funny memories. The memories I share are memories, it's very much to me, like, obviously, I'm not going to do a share in a 12-step meeting that's an hour and 14 minutes long, but well, we would hope. But it's very much like a share in a 12-step meeting. Like, if I'm talking about resentment, I might share a story in my life where I felt resentful or I worked through resentment. So when I'm talking about something, I think you guys know this by now. It's just like where my head goes. There's no rhyme or reason to it. So if it goes to that memory, that's the memory that I'm going to share. But I love sharing stories. You know, having this vlog has allowed me to... I mean, Alex has heard all the stories. Caroline's heard all... I mean, she knows she's lived on most of them. I mean, And I haven't shared all the stories. That's the thing. I mean, there's hundreds more stories out there that I've never shared. And not for any reason other than they just don't come up. Like, I just think, I mean, they're not any stories that I'm, like, keeping from anybody. There's no reason why I don't. You know, it's just, like, they just haven't come up, you know? And so, I don't know. If one comes up, I'll just, like, think about it and I'll write it down. But I love that because, you know, it's like I get to relive those memories again. And it's fun. I like that, you know? I probably also share the memories on here that I probably had the most, like the memories you guys know are probably the ones that have had the most profound effect on me, which is why they're at the top of my head and I remember them the most, if that makes sense. But yeah, I mean, after 9 years, I've shared a lot online. I mean, I've shared a ton online. And so at some point it's like, gotta make new memories, you know what I mean? But no, I do like going back and talking about the old stuff. I mean, there were specific things, like specific eras of my life that you guys would like to know more about. I'm more than willing to talk about that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I'm in my head, like, thinking about, like, when I was really young, do I talk about that? I feel like I've talked about that. The house I grew up in, my parents' divorce, getting sober, high school, middle school. Middle school is not something I talk a lot about over here. That was probably the darkest part of my entire life. And I've talked about that before, that I was so bullied before that, but then I think it was like 7th and 8th grade that like people just didn't notice me at all. And it was like literally I just walked through the hall. Teachers, students, I just walked through the halls like I had nobody. I ended up making like one friend, but that I'm still like interestingly enough like friendly with his family and him today. I mean, they live out of state and whatever, and I talk to them every once in a while, but like that was like the one friend that I made. Like, I can remember, that was so much harder. Like, people not even, I mean, nobody's, like, I would go through an entire day, not one person would say hi to me. You don't really realize the impact. Like, did you guys ever, oh, what was the TV show? But, like, you don't really realize the impact that you have on other people until you've lived it like that. Like, I remember, like, coming home and my mom would be like, how was school today? And I so bad wanted to look at her and say, Mom, not one person even said one thing to me. Like, they didn't even look at me. They didn't talk to me. Like, that was worse than being bullied. Because I just felt like, should I not even be here? Like, nobody cares. Not one person is noticing me. It was the most bizarre feeling ever. That's why I think I'm so thankful to my girlfriends that I had in high school. Even though we were just, like, my one friend says, we were just a bunch of freaks. Like, we were, you know? And I mean that word in a endearingly positive way. You know, I don't mean that word in a negative way. It's an endearing word to all of us. Batteries flashing. But they saved my life. They honestly saved my life because I started hanging out with them in lunch in 9th grade, and then they were my best friends all through high school. So if you guys want to hear more stories from me, put it in the comment section below. All right, I'm going to get off here because the battery's flashing at me. I only got about 2 seconds. So I hope you're having a magically amazing Sunday. I hope you guys are getting refreshed, renewed, relaxed, and rejuvenated for the week ahead. If nobody else has told you this today, I love you guys. It's going to be a fantastic week. I love you. Happy Sunday, happy Monday, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya.